Anyway, hello guys, my name is Sapphire Yakame, and I'm here with a review of Game of Thrones Season 1 Recap Review. So in preparation for Season 6 of Game of Thrones, I have started binge watching all 5 seasons. So I finally finished Season 1 because of course, I had to work and do homework. I, actually have to go to work and do homework. So, I can't sit there and watch, go through all 10 episodes in one day like I would want to. But anyway, I finished Season 1, and I noticed some things I probably didn't notice before the first time I watched it. Because first time I was just like, what? What? Yo, oh! That's kind of like the emotions that I go through watching Game of Thrones. You go through so many emotions. And I've never cursed so much watching the TV show. So, so I watched Season 1 again. And in Season 1, obviously, that's when we're sort of introduced to all the houses, sort of the main character house. We're introduced to the Stark house. The Stark consists of Lord Stark, Lord Eddard Stark, Ned for short. You have Catelyn Stark, which is his wife. First child, Robb Stark. Then it's Sansa Stark. Then it's Arya Stark. Then it's Bran Stark, and then it's Rick Stark, and then you got the other child, Jon Snow. And also the ward, Starks have a ward named Theon Greyjoy from House of Greyjoy. And in the first episode, that's when we're introduced to all the characters. We're also introduced to the House of Lannister. You have Cersei Lannister. Why can I never pronounce the name? Because of that. Tywin? No, I think is it Tyron? Tyron Lannister, he's the imp. Pip Daddy Imp. That's what I'm calling him, Pip Daddy Imp. And you have Jaime Lannister, and of course you have Joffrey Baratheon, who is actually, I'm gonna get into that in a little minute. And you have, of course, the Baratheon household. Robert Baratheon, Joffrey Baratheon. No, not really. You also have Stannis and Renly Baratheon. Then you have the Targaryen. You have Daenerys Targaryen and Viserys Targaryen. They're the last 2 Targaryens. No. Yeah. And so we're introduced to all the houses, and we see this conflict, this one conflict ensue that changes that's gonna set the tone for every damn thing. So Robert Baratheon comes to Winterfell, which is where the Starks are located, because his hand had recently died, so he's coming to Winterfell to pretty much ask Ned Stark to be his new hand of the king. So of course everybody come there, and so what happens is Bran Stark is climbing when he catches the Queen Cersei Lannister in the midst of having sex. So he's just like, oh, Queen getting busy. It is revealed she's having sex with Jaime Lannister. Now, her and Jaime are brother and sister, so you have this ancestral situation going on. So when he sees that it's Jaime and Cersei, brother and sister, he's like, what? So Jaime grabs the boy, and Cersei's like, oh my god, he saw us. And Jaime pushes Bran out the window, and he goes, the things I do for love. So that one incident is what sets the rest of the show in motion. Meanwhile, over in across the Narrow Sea, we have Viserys, who pretty much wants to reclaim the Iron Throne because his family was the one that was ruling in King's Landing before Robert Baratheon took the throne. Their father was known as the last Targaryen king was known as the Mad King. He did some crazy shit, got overthrown. All the Targaryens died, and the House Targaryen symbol is dragons. Every house had sigil. Starks are the direwolves. Lannisters are the lions. So Viserys pretty much marries his sister off to a Dothraki Khal named Drogo. So Drogo comes up to pretty much see Daenerys, and then he leaves. And then we see the Dothraki wedding, which was very interesting. From what I've seen, I'm guessing the Dothraki people was physically having sex at the wedding because they was humping, and this other dude came in and he was knocking her, and then they killed. And at the wedding, that Daenerys is given 3 dragon eggs. They're believed to be pretty much petrified because obviously it's been years and years and years they never hatched, so they're believed to pretty much be stoned at this point. So then Khal gives Daenerys a horse, and they go off and consummate the marriage, basically. Daenerys' situation is, because she does not really know Dothraki, and she's pretty much, still a young woman, she has no idea how to please the Khal in the bedroom. I'm like, this whole situation would have been avoided if somebody would have just gave her some talk. I mean, obviously she knows what sex is, but knowing what sex is and actually knowing what to actually physically do in the bedroom is 2 completely different things. So she doesn't have this knowledge, so she ends up meeting this lady of the night, as I'm gonna call her, and she gets some pointers of how to please the Khal Drogo. So next time when Khal comes in the bedroom, he normally does it doggy style, or in his case, since he's the horse lord, horsey style, mount her like a horse. If you ever seen horses reproduce, the male kind of gets on top of the female and they kind of go at it. So he mounts her like he normally does, getting ready to mount her like he normally does. And she's like, no. And she gets on top of him, starts riding him, and keeping eye connection. Guy had that connection. She had to get that connection. He was like, okay. He was like, okay, that's different. Okay, Daenerys, okay. And they formed like this little relationship that she eventually gets pregnant. And she names the child Rhaego. And they're like, Rhaego. And they're like, he will be the one who mounts the world. And she had to eat a whole horse heart. I mean, I would love Khal Drogo too, but I don't know if I'm be eating a horse heart. I love you, boo. Damn. So Viserys starts getting upset because of the way his sister is being treated versus him. And he's like, I need my army. And Khal Drogo promised me a gold crown. And so he comes into, when they having like this little ceremony, right? Comes in being very disrespectful. He's obviously drunk. He's being very disrespectful. He draws a sword, which he's not supposed to, because in our sacred city, you're not supposed to be drawing a sword. So then he threatens Daenerys. And we have this female translating what Daenerys is saying to Khal Drogo and Dothraki. Drogo doesn't really speak much English. They speak proper. So he's like, so Viserys comes in, threatens Daenerys, about, I'm gonna give him a son, I'm gonna rip it out from your womb and stuff. So Viserys is unaware that Drogo's about to get that ass right now. Like, the way Drogo is sitting, he should have warned Daenerys that, shit, nigga, you about to die. It should have. He should have seen the warnings. He was the one who wanted. So Drogo's like, I'm gonna give you a gold crown, and Viserys like, that's all I wanted. So he signals his 2 men. They break his arm, and he's like, "No, Danny." I'm like, "No, don't be, Dan, don't be pleading, no, Danny." So Drogo takes off his belt, pours out get this pot poured out, puts the gold in there. Wait till it melts, and he picks it up. He goes, "A crown fit for a king," and pours the gold, the melted gold on Viserys' head, killing him. And Daenerys go like, he was no dragon. Fire cannot kill a dragon. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, of the show. And right. And so Daenerys ends up when she tries to get Khal Drogo to pretty much help her gain her rightful throne in King's Landing, and he's like, I have no need for crowns and all that stuff. So what happens is his mind changes when there's an attempt on Daenerys' life, because Robert Baratheon, after Ned Stark had accepted to be his hand, and so Ned Stark, he takes his 2 daughters, Sansa and Arya, to Winterfell with him. Jon Snow decides to join the Night's Watch, which is sort of like the whole Westeros is pretty much guards against things north of the wall, which is like wildlings and everything else. And let's see what happened. Robb Stark stays in Winterfell. Catelyn Stark is trying to figure out why the Lannisters was trying to get Bran, because she is there's an assassination attempt on Bran while he's in a coma. It's revealed that he's never going to walk again from the due to the fall. And the blade that was used, they realized is a blade somebody from a Lannister. So Catelyn Stark is on the search of trying to figure out why they was trying to kill my son Bran, basically. And so we have this whole thing popped off from that one little incident. One little incident set all this in motion. So, what was I? Oh yeah, Robert Baratheon. Robert Baratheon, fearful of the Targaryens coming back into power, pretty much wants Daenerys and her unborn child dead. So the assassin is sent, and that one assassin is what convinces Khal Drogo that my wife and my son is going to, essentially, pretty much my son is going to be king. He gonna mount everything. He's like, I will go over the world, rape their women, plunder their villages, and stuff like that. Like Daenerys, like, yes. Issue. So when they have to get goals to get ships, they do what they do. They go through villages. They take women to sell them into slavery. They rape some of the women. They kill some of the men. Stuff like that. Daenerys sees one of the women, attempting to be mounted by one of the Dothraki warriors. She's like, no, all the women pretty much are switched on to me. This warrior takes it up with his Khal Drogo, saying she was mine to mount, and Daenerys like she pretty much is trying to prevent these women from being raped. So the warrior is being very disrespectful to his Khaleesi, and Khal Drogo's like, okay, my wife, pretty much my woman has spoken, so leave it be. And he's like, no, pretty much you're no longer a cow because you simply have taken order from a woman. Khal looked at him like he must have forgot who I was. Khal Drogo gets up, it's like, I'ma kill you. Literally rips his fucking throat out. I was like, God damn. But he ends up getting a little nick, and Daenerys gets worried because she's like, I need, you just need to get healed, and he's like, it's just a scratch. So the woman that she saved from being mounted ends up attending to the wound because she said she's a healer. However, the wound becomes festered, and Khal Drogo is eventually going to die from this infection, which I believe he probably would have died if they got a different healer. Because I'm essentially at this point know that woman essentially made sure that wound got fucking infected. I'm pretty sure that he made sure that Khal Drogo got infected. So the Dothraki warriors and whatnot, they essentially don't trust the woman because they feel that she's a witch. They keep calling her, referred to her as a witch. They don't trust her or anything. They've been trying to kill her. The police is like, no, she's helping your cow. So Daenerys is pretty much at this point 9 months pregnant, and she's and determined to save Khal Drogo from dying. And the woman's like, I could perform magic, but it's essentially like blood magic. And that's when the Dothraki like, she's not gonna be doing none of that blood magic, forbidden. We don't play that. Pretty much, we don't play that shit. But at least is at the point is like she's desperate to do anything to save Khal Drogo. However, there is a price for using this blood magic, a life for a life. So the Khal Drogo's horse is broken in, blood is spilled. Daenerys and everyone must leave and not re-enter this tent because the dead will walk here tonight. So when she goes outside, she basically goes into labor. The midwives refuse to help Khaleesi deliver the baby due to the fact they believe that she is now cursed. George R.R, who's Khaleesi's friend now, breaks her up and essentially brings her into the tent. When Khaleesi wakes up, she wants to see her son. It is revealed that the life that was paid was her own child's. And Drogo is alive, but he's essentially at this point a vegetable. He's, you might as well say, kind of breathing. And it is revealed that the healer pretty much made sure that both Khal Drogo and their unborn son Rhaegar would not mount anything. And she's like, and she revealed to Daenerys that before you save me, she already been raped twice. I'm like, so you gonna punish Daenerys, who literally had nothing but good intentions trying to save you? You gonna kill her unborn child? Really, bitch? Oh, that's just some hateful shit right there. The child ain't do anything. It's not even sure that the child would actually be the one to mount the world. I mean, there's a prophecy, but with Daenerys as his mama, I'm pretty sure that child probably would have been a rape, you know, going through villages raping people. You know what I mean? You don't know that child's future, and just to kill it before he was born, it's like, dang, bitch. So Khaleesi, Daenerys, she essentially, you know, sets the fire, and she's like, you know, essentially tells the rest of her what is it called? The Khalasar that remains, because they follow the strong. Khal Drogo was the strong one. He's a majority of them left. So the slaves and the Khalasar she had left, she like, if slaves, you're no longer slaves. If you want to leave, you go ahead and leave. So the ones that remain stayed. Khaleesi sets the pyre on fire with Khal Drogo's body on top, and the witch gets burnt. She walks into the fire, and she also had the eggs in there. So when the fire subsides in the morning, it's revealed that she did not burn at all. The eggs hatch, and you really don't see it good. I had to rewatch it on YouTube with somebody with a video that pointed it out for me. Her eyes actually are turned like this violet color, and everybody bows to her because at this point she's essentially a true dragon. And we see the dragons, and the music plays. Oh, I love the soundtrack too. Woo! Anyway, so that's that was all that happened in Daenerys, Stormborn, House Targaryen in season 1. Back to Ned and Robert Stark. So Ned is now the hand of the king. Situation rise on their way to King Landing. For example, Joffrey is supposed to eventually going to marry Sansa Stark when she starts to have her cycle and come of age where she could, you know, bear children and everything. So Joffrey being all sweet and whatnot. Arya, you know, is more of the tomboy of the family. She is given a sword by Jon Snow, and she calls it Needle. So she's playing around with a friend. Each child has their own direwolf. You know, the direwolves are very protective of their owners, right? So each child has a direwolf. So Joffrey is messing with Arya's friend, you know, making fun of him and everything. Arya's like, leave him alone. Joffrey goes after Arya. Her direwolf does what it's supposed to do, protect its owner. So it's protecting Arya point. It bites him. Joffrey cries like a little bitch. Reports it to his mama. Arya attacked him. She set his wolf on him. Cersei, for one, stop babying this damn child. He is too damn old be acting like this. You know why? Because you baby him too damn much, Cersei. You baby so much. Maybe he would have been a little better if you didn't baby him so damn much. So Arya knows that Joffrey is going to retaliate. So she eventually, before we get to that part with Cersei, she tells Wolf to leave. So her wolf is out there somewhere. Hopefully it comes back when she needs it. Hopefully it comes back in season 6. Hopefully her wolf comes back in season 6. Let it come back in season 6. So Robert Baratheon oversees the stuff and says, and pretty much handles the situation. Cersei's like, what about the wolf? So Robert demands that the wolf dies. Arya's wolf cannot be found. Cersei says there's another. And Sansa's like, lady, she doesn't mean lady. She didn't do anything. Lady is good. So Ned is like, since the wolf is pretty much the dire wolf, the sigil of my house, I will commit it. So he goes and kills Lady. Now with Lady gone, that leaves Sansa without the protection of her direwolf, which is going to affect her later as this season, as the Game of Thrones progresses. So they eventually make it to King's Landing. You know, Ned's doing his hand of the king thing, and he sees all these, you know, pretty much what essentially goes on in King's Landing. You know, each lord and stuff, they each have their spies. Some of them are called spiders and whatnot. And we're also introduced to Viserys, no. Varys, because it's silver to be. It's Varys and Lord Baelish. Lord Baelish happens to run several pleasure houses. That's what we call them, pleasure houses. And it also reveals to him that he's in love with Catelyn Stark. Oh, but Peter Baelish, I did not see. Oh, wait till I get to that. I'm gonna get to that season. It's not yet though. So, Varys is a eunuch. He was snipped when he was a young child. I'm like, damn, that's some fucked up shit. Damn. So Ned Stark is not really feeling everything that's going on in King Landing, you know, with all these spies and this manipulative stuff. He's like, it's just not for him. This is the main reason why he's like, I wouldn't never want to be king. Look, that lifestyle not for him. And that's what we see that compared to the majority of the other houses we've seen, I would say the Starks are a house of honor. The way they handle it, the way he just handles his house and everything. They are very honorable. And so when he's having an argument, he's like, okay, I'm sending y'all, so his daughters Sansa and Arya, I'm sending y'all back to Winterfell. And Sansa goes off and says, no, I don't want to go back. I'm supposed to, you know, marry Joffrey and have his babies. And Arya's like, ugh. And he's like, and when she goes off on him, I actually have that clip on my Instagram. And she's like, I don't want somebody kind, gentle, and good. I'm like, Sansa, you set yourself up for that one right there when you said kind, gentle. You ain't want nobody kind, gentle, and good. The names are Joffrey Baratheon and Ramsay Snow, but we're gonna get to him a little bit later. So when she's like, supposed to have children with beautiful blonde hair, that's what clicked in Ned Stark head. Like, wait a minute, because he's been investigating like why the previous hand, Arryn, who is Catelyn Stark's brother-in-law, because he was married to her sister who lives in the Vale, which is like these houses, her place is on top of goddamn mountains. Bitch lives in the mountains. Scary as shit. So he goes and looks into, you know, the records, and he's reading the line of the Baratheon line. Such and such black of hair, such and such black hair. Joffrey Baratheon blonde of hair. It doesn't fit. So he comes to the conclusion that when he confronts Cersei, that pretty much all three of her children do not belong to Robert Baratheon due to the fact they all have blonde hair, and that you are in an incestuous relationship with your brother Jaime. She's like, me and Jaime, we were born in the same womb, and so what? That still don't mean you need to fuck your brother. And so she's like, this is the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. I'm like, dun 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 dun. So I think at that point, that's when Ned Stark should have just left King's Landing with his daughters. Should have just left. Stuff started getting intense when Catelyn Stark kidnaps Tyrion Lannister. That's the imp, the brains of the family. That's what I'm calling him, the brains. He's also the brains of the family. Jaime. Jaime ends up confronting Ned Stark on a situation outside of Lord Baelish's pleasure houses. And then Cersei essentially kills everyone in Ned Stark's household, puts Ned under arrest. Arya, when she was in the middle of her sword fighting training, which they considered as dance lessons, her teacher is killed, and she's pretty much in hiding at this point. Sansa Stark is taken, and it goes down that Ned Stark is a traitor and stuff, because Robert Baratheon ends up dying during out hunting. He's constantly being served wine by a Lannister, and he's told Ned Stark on his deathbed that Joffrey is supposed to be, you know, I want you to pretty much be regent of King's Landing until Joffrey comes of age. And so what Ned Stark writes in the will is when his rightful heir comes of age, instead of saying specifically Joffrey Baratheon, because as we all know, but as Ned Stark knows, Joffrey is not the rightful heir to this throne. So when Cersei sees his letter, she's like, oh, you think a piece of paper is supposed to help you? And that's what pops all this off. So Sansa pretty much tries to plead that her father was wrong, he was tricked and everything by everybody else, and that tries to get her daddy to class. Varys constantly is coming in to the visit Ned Stark, saying he doesn't his loyalty is to the realm itself, not a particular house. It's just to the entire Westeros. And so Ned Stark is taken out, and he says before everyone that, you know, I recognize Joffrey Baratheon as the rightful king to King's Landing, and what Cersei wanted to do was pretty much send him to the wall where he would be stripped of his title thing, but he would still be alive. And Joffrey goes, my mother wants him to be against the wall, and Sansa wants me to have to live. But he's like, they have the hearts of women, such and such. Bring me his head. And Cersei's like, pretty much looking at him like, what are you doing? Why you know why Cersei? Because you're breaking him too much. So that scene had me so intense. I forgot how much that scene just had me like, fuck you, Joffrey. Fuck you, Joffrey. So Ned Stark just dies. Oh God. This pisses me off. That damn Joffrey. Ned Stark did not deserve to die. He did not deserve to die. So that's when at this point, Joffrey's nature is kind of, I would say, fully revealed. And so within the next episode after that, Joffrey pretty much at this point is just tormenting Sansa at this point. He takes her to see her dad's head on a goddamn pike along with her maid. And Sansa makes her remark like, pretty much saying that your ass never. And he's like, my mother told me never hit a woman. So he gets his guard to hit her, to slap her. I'm like, Joffrey, little bit, not even, Joffrey. So that's that situation between Sansa and that happens to Ned Stark. The situation with the Lannisters. Meanwhile, back in Winterfell, when the news of Ned Stark's death arrives, when he was captured, Robb Stark plans to pretty much gather this army, gather all the lords of the North, and pretty much go to Winterfell so to retrieve his father and his two sisters. Bran and Rickon stays in Winterfell. So they end up going to the Riverlands. They talk to your boy, and he will let them pass if pretty much Arya marries one of his sons and Robb Stark marries one of his daughters. Robb's like, okay, I'll do it. So they get some of his men and whatnot, and they wage, and they're having some battles with, you know, the Lannisters. Papa Lannister, Tywin, I think that's how you pronounce his name, because him and the son both have the T's in the name. I'm always in those two confused. Tywin Lannister, you know, comes in, and he's like pretty much trying to get things done, and pretty much is like, he don't know what the fuck going on in King's Landing, but pretty much he was pretty much thinking himself to like, this could pretty much be avoided if my goddamn grandson didn't feel like chopping off damn heads. Which pretty much that's what started off this whole war too. So when the news of Ned Stark reaches the family, and Bran kind of knew that something bad was going to happen because he kept having visions of the three-eyed raven. He said he saw him and his brother both had a dream where they saw their father in their crypt. And then that's when we see that Maester pretty much tell him, you know, your daddy's pretty much dead. Catelyn Stark gets the news, and all the lords and over like, ladies, because now she's a widow, and she goes to see Jaime Lannister, who they have captured, knocks him out. He's trying to be off on it like, oh, you need to see me because you're a widow now and stuff like that and whatnot. And she pretty much get a confession from him that he is the one who knocked Bran out of the tower. Robb is upset after loss of his father. He's like just bashing his sword into the tree. I'm like, oh god damn, this emotional, so emotional. And she's like, we will get your sisters and we will kill them all. I'm like, yeah, avenge Ned Stark, yes, avenge him. I'm so pumped up by that. Yes. Nah, I think, oh god, it's like so hard for me to talk about this show because it's so damn emotional. So who I forgot? Which house I forgot? Oh, I forgot about my little Jon Snow. So Jon Snow is at the wall. He says his, he pledges his life to the Night's Watch. Basically, not supposed to father no children, have no wives, have no lands, no titles. They are considered brothers at this point. Now, the men of the Night's Watch are thieves, rapists, people who have been disowned by family, automatically sent to the wall. So when they're dividing the new recruits into their positions, Jon Snow was already convinced that he's gonna automatically be a ranger, but he ends up being a steward under the current Lord Commander. So Snow's like, screw this, I'm gonna leave. And he gets news of of the situation going on with his father and his brother. And he's like, I'm gonna leave and help Robb Stark out, because he's like, Robb has no experience in fighting a war, no actual battle experience, and my brother need help. So he's then talked to Armand, who's the Mesa at the wall, and it's revealed that Armand is a Targaryen. And he talks about his situation that happened when he got the news about his family being slaughtered and everything. And then Jon Snow does leave, but his friends bring him back. And someone totally convinces him that being a steward is probably won't be such a bad thing, and that the Lord Commander chose you personally as the steward, and that he's pretty much trying to prepare you for when you become Lord Commander. So that's what convinces Jon, I'll be his steward. So a situation arrives that this is the second time in this season that they heard about this, and no, they've been told about certain characters in the show about the White Walkers. The first time was when Ned Stark had to kill a deserter from the Night's Wall, which was actually the opening scene where we see these crows go into, call them crows like in the wild. Crows go in and get attacked by these people who are essentially dead, but they have blue eyes, like white zombies. Dead White Walker zombies. That's what they are. Yes, but a deserter, the wildling woman who attacks Bran and everything, and she essentially is stuck as sort of a prisoner of the Stark house, and she's pretty much taking care of Bran and his little brother Rickon at this point. Little Lord, because she calls him his little Lord. She also told him about the White Walkers, and there was also back at the wall. The horse came back, and Ghost, is Jon Snow's direwolf, comes back with a hand and everything, and this dead guy. They find this dead guy because the dead man gets up and tries to kill the Lord Commander. And Jon Snow only knows about it because of his direwolf was acting like, yo, something is not right. And so they burn the body, and so we have that situation at the wall. That obviously something's going on beneath the wall. So then they go. Lord Commander sends, is like, okay, we're gonna go find Benjen Stark, who is Jon Snow's uncle. He's missing. So they're going out, north of the wall. So that's pretty much all that actually happens in season 1 of Game of Thrones. I'm about to start season 2, and I know I'm gonna curse all over again, even though I know exactly what happens. This show is so damn, and I haven't even read the books yet. I don't know if I have a feeling that when I read the books, I might actually throw the damn book. So I did that when I read Twilight. When I got to New Moon, I threw that damn book because it pissed me off. So I know when I start reading Game of Thrones, some shit is gonna get thrown in this house. Because that's how intense the show is. Anyway, if you have not seen Game of Thrones yet, watch it. Like, this show will have you like, oh my freaking god. You have you cussing, have you so in your feelings. But have you so in your feelings ridiculous. What else? Yes. That's all for my recap of Game of Thrones. I was trying not to make this video this long, but it's the show. It's the show. The show is so it has me. This show is so freaking emotional. It has me so in my feelings. It's ridiculous. Damn you, Game of Thrones. Damn you, George Martin, HBO. Anyway, comment, rate, subscribe. I'll see you guys on April, I think it's 24th for Game of Thrones season 6, and of course, until that time, I will be doing recaps of the rest of the seasons 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Game of Thrones. Also follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Sapphire Yagame. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content. And bye.
When the moors they hide away under the snow, fingers of doom